I like knitting in my car.
So this was actually going to be my first video back after having a year off YouTube. I just had to do the Sophie video because they're still yarn snobs and they are worse than ever, and I just had to get it off my chest, and I wanted to do this video just as a chat with you guys to let you know why I've been off and things like that. I wanted to do it in my car because I thought it would be a nice little cute series like knitting in my car or Naomi natters, something like that. So as people say, grab your coffee, tea, alcoholic beverage in a craft project and let's sit and do some knitting and have a little chat. So I am actually knitting a stripy vest at the moment. I had to pull this out at least 3 times to make it work, and on the 3rd time I was like, I like stripes, so I'm going to knit stripes. I had this colour plan anyway, but I was going to do big giant blocks of it, but then my brain was like, Naomi, you love stripes, do stripes. So yes, here I am doing stripes. At the moment this is just an easy knit till this is 6 inches basically, but the beginning bit, the shaping was insane. Like I had to do German short rows, which took a bit of learning, but I did it. I don't really understand, like I'm pretty sure I could have just had a straight line at the back, but let's see how it looks when it's finished up, because I've seen videos where people knit something like a big jumper or a cardigan and then they're like, I hate it. So I really hope that doesn't happen to me. So yeah, basically I do apologise for this, but my life just goes like in waves, and I have times on YouTube and times off YouTube, and I really hope I stay this time. Like I want to stay because I love editing videos, I love filming videos, I love thinking of ideas. Like I did that Sophie scarf video and now I just have so many ideas in my head for future videos. This is my 3rd project of the year that I'm working on, and it's like the beginning of February, so I am in a knitting zone for the first time in years, which is great. Like the most motivated I've been since I learnt to knit, I think. Like I'm in a very good place with my knitting, which feels very good. I feel like I've been too blasé with knitting in previous years, and this is going to be the year where I become good at knitting. There's a workshop on Saturday that I'm going to, which is for double knit. So you're thinking, oh, double knit like yarn? No. So double knit is, I've wanted to do it for ages and ages. Double knit is where you knit 2 colours on the same needle and there's no weaving in the ends because the thing you knit is reversible. So I've wanted to do that for so long, but I do struggle with YouTube videos sometimes, so I'm going to do that on Saturday. And then I go to a sewing class every Friday, and the lady who runs that is going to run a sock knitting workshop at the end of March. I have mentioned it before in videos, and I used to feel like this, like you don't have to knit socks because you're a knitter, but I really want to. I want to feel like a proper knitter. So yeah, this is going to be a year where I practice my knitting, become good at it, like learn more, stay motivated, where I'm not afraid to try new things and just put myself out there a bit in terms of like knitting and things like that. I would like to knit more garments too, which is why I'm making this. What I'm wearing at the minute is the Sunlight Shawl for Sad People, and the yarn is inspired by this NASA image. I bought it at a yarn show ages ago. January's miserable. So I wanted to knit this sparkly, colourful shawl. Usually I get very bored with knitting shawls, like they're too big and I get bored, and I never once got bored with this project, which is amazing. Like really good for me, and that's when I knew, I was like, oh, am I onto something here? Like I enjoyed it and I was just knitting it constantly, and I just wanted to knit it all the time, which was great. So as you can see, and as by this intro, I am in a car. I am in my car. This was the biggest reason why I've been off knitting for so long. Learning to drive was harder than I thought. Like I passed on my 6th test. Like you're probably thinking, oh dear, or that should be embarrassing, but it's really not. Like it was the hardest thing I've ever done since my brain injury, and like I'm really proud of myself. I'm really proud that I kept going through the thoughts of me telling myself to give up. Like what's the point, you're so rubbish at this, like just give up and don't drive, and all these thoughts. I just powered through them and I passed. I battled through feeling like a failure. That was the biggest thing for me. I just felt like walking up the drive after failing a test again and again and again and again. It was not a good place for my head at all. Like I really was just down. I remember driving to the beach the day after I passed my test. I couldn't drive on the day. I was like up here and so happy, and I was so excited, and I couldn't calm down. So I went the next day, drove to the beach, which is like a 5-10 minute drive, because I just wanted an easy ride for the first drive by myself. And because I was by myself, I got to put music on. And then I was just driving like, oh, this is great, like feeling so happy. And then Taylor Swift, You're On Your Own Kid came on, and like it was like, oh, this is good, yeah, this is a good song. And then when she's like, you're on your own, kid, you can face this, like I started to happy cry. And then I was like, no, stop it, you can't see. I had to like stop happy crying and stop myself happy crying. Like, I've never happy cried in my entire life. Like, it was a very strange feeling, and like I think it just goes to show that all the hard work paid off, all the times it had messed with my head and things like that, and all the money. Like, it was so worth it, like so worth it. It also took a bit longer because I was doing an hour and a half lessons. Because of my brain injury and fatigue and things, I was too tired by like an hour and 40 minutes. So I was doing like an hour and a half, which took longer. But yeah, I did it, and here I am. To sound dramatic, driving has changed my life. I think because I live in Northumberland, like basically not the middle of nowhere, but kind of. I'm going places. Like I said, I've got my sewing class and I've got my knitting workshop on Saturday. And during the summer, I was going to like cycling events, meeting new people, going new places. It was really fun. Going places in summer with my bike, because my bike fit in the other car I used to have. That's another story. So I got into a crash in August. So I passed in June 2025, and I got in a crash in August. And it was a Scirocco. So it was like quite a big car. Actually, saying that, it wasn't that big. The first time I put my bike in, like I had to, because I was taking it to the bike shop to have its like maintenance thing. It's yearly maintenance. I got to the shop and the guy was like, oh, when's the last time you had it maintained? And I was like, oh, never. And it's like a 5-6-year-old bike. And he was just like, you're supposed to do it every year. Anyway, yeah, the first time I put my bike in there, I was so surprised that it fit in just with the back wheel off. So then that's when I started to look at cycling holidays and things. So I went to the Lake District, trying new places where I live, like driving to new places and then get my bike out. But yeah, in August I had a crash. I wasn't hurt. The car got written off, and then I was just terrified of driving. I had a month off while looking for a car. And in that time I had a concussion. I mean, I shouldn't laugh. It was my second concussion in a year, and that was like a big setback. I had a month off life. Like, just, it felt like someone was trying to blow a balloon up in my head. Like, the pressure was just insane. Like, I was actually in A&E with like tears running down my face, because, not like, the pain was unreal. So yeah, I was like that for a month, like dazed, hazy, on codeine, sleeping like 15-16 hours a day. Just not a great time. But then I found this car, because I had to look for a car still, and I was looking, and one day I was like, I'm sick of looking at cars, and I'll give myself 5 more minutes. So I was on Auto Trader, and then this car popped up, and I was like, no way. So I wanted a Fiat 500 for ages. We went to go and view some, and they were rattly, old, they were making weird sounds, they were all really bad. So this is a Fiat Abarth, which is like a faster car, which is better because overtaking and joining dual carriageways and joining 6 mile per hour roads, things like that, it's just better to be a bit faster. And because it's faster, and it's so small, you can feel it. I couldn't feel it in the Scirocco, and I think I got too comfortable with that, and I got too comfortable with driving. And this is going to sound really, really stupid, but I'm going to say it anyway. Like, having that crash made me realise how dangerous driving is. Like, that should have been obvious, but it wasn't. Like, I got too comfortable. Obviously, I'm not glad that the crash happened, but I'm glad that I had that awakening of how dangerous driving is. And because this car is small, like I say, and you feel the speed, I'm more aware because of that as well. So like every little bump that's not even a bump feels like a bump. So you're just more aware of driving, which is great. So yeah, like I say, this was the second concussion that I had in a year. The cat was scraping to get into the lounge because she's so small and she can't open the doors. So I went down to go let her into the lounge in the middle of the night, and I didn't like turn the lights on because I didn't want to wake up properly. So I let her in, and there was a candle on the fireplace on the hearth on the floor. So I bent over to blow it out, and then I swung back around and the door had opened, and like I did actually walk into the side of a door. Like it hurt at the time, like my nose hurt, and I thought I might have broken it, but there was no bruising or anything. And then 2 days later I had that pain of the balloon, the feeling like the balloon was going to blow up inside my head. And yeah, and so that was obviously a setback for just like recovering and stuff. But then I had this mental thing of, how on earth is my head this delicate still? A few people said, you've got a traumatic brain injury still, and I was like, oh yeah. But yeah, it was just like a real emotional setback from having passed my test and feeling independent and things, and then being like, well actually you're not really, because your head's still so delicate and you're this little delicate thing. And I kind of got scared of the world. Like I kind of like went inside myself a bit. I didn't do knitting, I didn't do anything that made me, I was just like, yeah, it made me, I don't know, I felt like I was quiet and things like that, and I couldn't shake this feeling. And then I don't know what changed, honestly. I did get this car obviously, and like I didn't go out driving by myself the first a lot of times. And then I just, along with the head thing, and then my chest was so tight, I was so panicked the whole time I was driving. And then I can't remember, but one day I just was like, okay, I'm gonna go out by myself, I'm gonna be brave. And then that really helped, just going somewhere by myself and being like, yeah, you're fine, you got this, you powered through yet again. But yeah, that was the whole process for me. And like I didn't want to do YouTube at this time either, because I wasn't in the right headspace, I wasn't knitting and crafting. And I think that's the main downside to having a channel like this, is that you have to show your face all the time, which is sometimes a bit I don't want to. And then there was Debbie Downers who said, what's the point in doing YouTube and all this stuff. Instead of getting mad and being like, F you, watch this, I was just, for some reason those words really hurt. And I was like, yeah, what is the point? So I'm not going to do YouTube anymore. And then I didn't do YouTube for like, what, 11 months? And then one day I was just sat on the YouTube Studio app reading like all the comments, and I was like, oh my god, people do like me. People do like watching the videos, and I watched some of them myself, and I was like, well actually yeah, I've got some fair points. And then I remembered how much I like doing it, and then reading through the comments, some of you do reply paragraphs, and it's great, I love it. People are just so supportive and chatty, and it really is a little community. So I started, obviously again, the long comments and things was the thing that inspired me to do this series, this episodes, whatever you want to call it, like me and my car. So I still have my controversial knitting videos, but then I thought this one would just be a nice little knitting chat. Like I'll tell you how my week is, or just whatever. There's no script really, you just come and chill and just have a nice time knitting and talking. Yeah, if you like that, please subscribe and like. I've also put here, I do have notes for this, because I do kind of write scripts for like not scripts but notes, because my brain, if I don't write it down, I'm going to forget what I want to say, and I want to say a lot of things. But I've written here, then one day I was just on the YouTube Studio app reading through all the comments, and that gave me the kick up the arse that I needed. This channel of mine is a knitting community. People like me, and they like what I have to say. And then in capitals, the truth, y'all! Because I do kind of the whole yarn snob thing and things like that. And my next videos are like knitting influencers, more yarn snobs. It's just, something seems to have happened in the past year. Well, I know what it is. It's just everyone's trying to be perfect, and that has come into the knitting community where it wasn't there before. So I just want to talk about that a bit more. And also, I had laser eye surgery in April, so I've basically been blind my entire life and had laser eye surgery, and that is life-changing. But yeah, being blind my whole life, like showering, waking up, everything is just swimming. Everything in my life has improved in terms of that. It's really strange though, because I have dreams where I'm the blind that I used to be. So I was like -7, so that's, I don't know if that shorts it alongside. I never ever could remember which one was which, and I Google it and it's still confusing. My brain still has dreams where I'm blind, so, and it's just like normal day-to-day things, because obviously my brain remembers being blind, so it's trying to like reconfigure itself. So I wake up and I think I'm blind, and then I can see. Like even last night, this is a very, very repetitive dream, but even last night, in my dream, I'm wearing my glasses again. I don't need to wear my glasses. And like that's happened a few times, and then there's been ones where I've been like, okay, to adjust myself to not wearing glasses, I'll take the lenses out of my glasses, which I never ever did in my life. I went for my next day checkup and took my glasses with me and donated them to the charity for glasses, and I've never like looked back. I don't even adjust my glasses. My brain got used to it, like when I'm not asleep, really fast. It's nice because I can wear my makeup, like I'm just gonna say it, because when I used to wear glasses, when I put mascara on this is so vain, my long lashes used to scrape on the glasses, like the lens of it, and I would always have to wipe them. So I'd never used to really wear makeup a lot, but now I do. Obviously I'm not poking myself in the eye and things like that. So I've forgotten to record my microphone this whole time, but I'm going to leave this video as it is because the GoPro's got a pretty good mic. Why do I do that? It's okay. It's okay. Okay. Just done a few rows while I've been in the car here. So yeah, thanks for watching. And I'm just going to do these videos at least once a week, possibly more, because it isn't quite nice just coming and chatting and chilling. Yeah, and like I just like being in my car. It's my sanctuary. That's so lame. It's my little bubble. I like it. I like being in my car. I like driving. I'm also really proud of that, like the fact I got in the crash and I still like driving. Yeah, I'm not scared to drive new places and things like that. Even from doing the daily things like going to get cat food. Okay, thank you for watching, and I hope the sound quality is okay. Because I feel like if I was going to repeat that, it just wouldn't be the same. How annoying though. Okay, thank you for watching. Bye.